Awesome. Good to see you. A really important topic today for anyone who is on a fixed income. We're going to talk through some smart strategies to save money. The cost of living has rapidly increased in the past few years, and for most people, our income has barely kept pace, which becomes increasingly stressful for those who are living on a fixed income. So, what are some strategies then, first, that we can use to save money on property taxes?
Yeah, I think the most common that we see here is simply appeal those property taxes
Yeah.
in your local area. This is really something that is fairly straightforward and fairly easy to do. And who knows, it may work, it may not work, but it's worth the effort. And the second point I would make here is if we're in that kind of retirement red zone and thinking about where do we want to live next, property taxes should be a major consideration. We know in various parts of the country, they can be as much as one-tenth the amount they are in other parts of the country. So understanding where you want to live for your retirement will have a dramatic impact on something like property taxes.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's why a lot of people move when they retire. So, how about the increasing cost of insurance premiums?
Yeah, insurance premiums, at least for many folks, I think it's one of those things we tend to forget about when we're in the craziness of our day-to-day lives,
Right.
right? The homeowner's insurance is on auto
Mhm.
draft, the car insurance is on auto draft, but really being sure that we're shopping around not only for the best quote available, but also revisiting your coverage limits to make sure that they're adequate, that
Mhm.
maybe you have too much insurance and you're overpaying, or maybe your deductible is too low and making your premiums that much higher.
Mhm.
So just revisiting these insurance premiums every few years to make sure not only your coverage is appropriate, but you're getting the best quote available.
And how about other fixed expenses like groceries?
I think the biggest thing with groceries, if you're anything like myself, sometimes we go in without that plan of attack. We really need to be organized. Take the 15 or 20 minutes before you make the trip to the store and write out this plan.
Mm.
Have a detailed plan of action when you go in so we're not overspending or buying unnecessary quantities or items of quantities that we need or don't need, I should say. And really, again, it may only seem like $50 here, $100 there, but really, when we're on a fixed income, every little bit helps. And this can add up, we all know, to thousands of dollars per year in
Right.
unnecessary spending.
Right. A little bit of planning is key. Now, you mentioned the retirement red zone. So, this is also when you need to have an honest conversation with yourself and ask if you have adequately accounted for inflation or possibly if you should even be considering a hybrid retirement.
Yeah, we have a saying here at Patriot Wealth. We're not here to tell you what you want to hear. We're here to tell you what you need to hear. And really,
Yeah.
we see this as a point that is missed all too often in retirement planning is accounting for inflation. We all know 30, 40 years ago, things cost a lot less, and 20 or 30 years from now, they're going to cost a lot more. That's just the reality of the world that we live in. And we need to be sure that we're accounting for this in all of our projections so that you, as the end client, can continue to live the lifestyle that you're living. Or perhaps, like you mentioned, you may have to go back to work or have this hybrid retirement, or even worse, reduce those living expenses to make sure we do not run out of money.
Mhm. And then last, of course, invest wisely. In retirement, it is crucial to strike a balance between preserving capital and generating sufficient returns to combat inflation. And this is where working with a financial advisor can really help.
That's so true, and I think it comes back to having a well-designed, comprehensive
Mhm.
retirement plan because we know when we make a decision in one area of the retirement planning arena, it often affects another area. So
Right.
understanding those impacts and having somebody to provide you with the proper education around what those impacts may be, and then allowing you to make the best and most informed decision possible, that is the goal really of a true retirement planner is education first and then the client can make an informed decision. So that's what we try to do here at Patriot Wealth, and it's really something that I think we focus a lot on because it really is so important to have and view these things as a partnership.
Absolutely. Well, and it also brings peace of mind. So, Austin, if somebody would like to have that conversation with you, how can they reach you?
Yeah, you can give us a call at 919-322-4113 or send us an email at info@patriotwealthnc.com.
Great. Austin, thank you.
Thanks.